onto Granite, which again has an entirely different look to any of the other ones. So we're thinking gentle curves and we're thinking minimal angles. So just trying to be a little bit more bold and a bit different to any of the other rocks. And we're thinking just kind of hacking and cutting and stuff, and then refining it. I mean, the most amount of time on when you're creating a granite type of rock is going to be spent just smoothing off the curves, just by having, again, a nice sharp blade, using the long part of the blade, and then just kind of sawing it and feathering it to get rid of any kind of sharp edges. So it's nice to create kind of random shapes. So if you kind of cut deeply into the surface and then pull some bits off, that can create some things which are a bit more random. And once you've done that, you can smooth it off with your knife. So it's going to be a lot of doing that throughout the whole thing, including like on the bottom edges you're seeing me doing here. Now, this granite kind of fractures into what looks like individual boulders sometimes, and that's what I'm going for here. So I was kind of cutting like a mini valley between two parts of the rock here, and kind of smoothing out bits as I go along, and then smoothing down into that valley part at the same time. And that's what you're going to be doing, as you can see, smoothing and smoothing and smoothing and smoothing. You may get a bit bored of smoothing at some point, but if you want it to look granity, then you just have to keep smoothing it, unfortunately, because that's basically what it looks like. It's the sort of rock that's been weathered nicely by the wind and by the rain to form this very curved look to it. And it does split and it does crack as water gets in and it freezes and expands and stuff like that. So you want to be adding these splits and cracks. Again, good old knife waggle. If you take nothing else away from the video, take away a knife waggle. That really helps to kind of open things up. And again, more smoothing. Perhaps I've included too much, but there is a lot of smoothing which is going to occur when you do this. Now, you can widen these cracks further just by like chucking a fingernail or a thumbnail in, rather than using a knife, which kind of increases the depth, whereas like a nail will change like the width of it. Now, with this is a bit like the limestone that we're doing scraping along the surface, but it's kind of like one directional. So you want to imagine the wind going all in one direction, and then it's going to just all of the scrap. Once again, starting with a black undercoat, and once that was dry, moving on to a light dry brush in mid-grey. And it's really, I love this rock. It's probably my favorite one. There's a level of different details that I was able to create in the carving process. After the mid-grey, you're going to a light grey dry brush, again, using the big brush, and you can see all the details that come out nicely. And, all of this painting probably takes no more than 5 minutes. Then moving on to a white dry brush, and again picking at all of the details, working from top to bottom, and yeah, that's you could arguably leave it like that. I went on and did some more, so I was kind of flicking and stippling with some white, just to kind of get some random patches of white on it. And then once that was done, I took another brush with some black on it and kind of stippled in the same sort of areas. What I'm looking for is random kind of spots of black and white to appear across it. And if you put a bit too much, which I did in a few places, you can just tidy that up with some other colors. Weirdly, now we're going on to pink. This is Horror Pink from Citadel, getting a cocktail stick just to be doing little dots. And these are barely visible, but you get these kind of quartzy type crystals which appear within granite. And this is my way of kind of showing them. It's sort of thing you only ever see if you look really closely, but it's quite fun to add these details. To finish this off, I wanted to put some lichen on it, which you really frequently see upon granite. And the way that I did this was to put pale green dots on using what I think it was Uruk flesh from Citadel, and then after that went on and did it with some pale yellow, which I used Avaland Sunset from Citadel mixed with some white to make it just a bit more pale. So in the areas where I put those green little dots, I'm now adding some yellow around that. So you can use these green and yellow dots to cover up any mistakes that you might have made in adding too much black or too much white in any particular area. So there's always a way to kind of bring your mistakes back again. But none of the yellow and green is actually necessary if you don't fancy doing it. And that's what it ends up looking like. Really love it. Probably my favorite one.